वन्दे शम्भुमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं शशिधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे भक्तजन आश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करं. Esteemed friends, thank you very much for listening to my talk yesterday. Last evening, after the talk, I received a few messages containing a doubt, seeking clarification. They raised a question. The question is, we know that detachment gives us delight. Attachment gives us anxiety. But you said we must develop detached attachment. Both the words are present in that sentence. How can detachment and attachment be together? Is it ever possible to have happy sorrow or sorrowful happiness? Is it ever possible to have hot ice? If it is hot, it cannot be ice. If it is ice, it cannot be hot. If it is happiness, there cannot be sorrow. If there is sorrow, there is no happiness. Similarly, when there is attachment, there cannot be detachment. When there is detachment, there cannot be attachment. How can there be detached attachment? How are we to develop it? How are we to foster it, nourish it? How are we to grow it? This was the sum and substance of the various messages I received last night. And the answer is very simple. I already gave the examples of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. A servant maid works in a rich man's house with all attachment, but at the heart of hearts, she knows that she is not the owner. She is detached from all of them. That is a simple example which Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gave. Now, I give you one more practical example. In my younger days, I was an actor. Even now and then, I do get opportunities to play the roles, Puranic roles. One day, I had the opportunity to play the role of Narasimha. Narasimha is very angry. He is cyclonic, tempestuous, frowning, shouting, and threatening, frightening, horror-making. That Narasimha makeup was given to me. In that scene, I was to drag Hiranyakashipu to my thighs, keep him on my thighs, redden my eyes, tighten my lips, tighten my fists, stretch my nails, tear open the bowels and kill him. Do I really kill him? The person who is playing the role of Hiranyakashipu is my own brother. And I am shouting at the top of my voice. All the people in front of me, the audiences were looking at me with absorption. The makeup is excellent. The shouting is realistic. And the dragging is very dramatic. The balls are to be torn. And when I was shouting at the top of my voice, on the right side of the stage, behind the side screen was standing my wife. She was looking at me. She was conveying the message to me. You fellow, don't shout much. Your throat may get spoiled. Here is coffee. Come, take the medicine first and drink a cup of coffee, then you can continue your acting. And in the midst of my roars, in the midst of my shouts, in the midst of my frowning, I looked at her and conveyed to her the message. Wait, I'll be coming. I'll be coming in no time. Wait. Now, I have identified myself with the role I am playing, and that role is Narasimha. Am I attached? I know who I am. I know who is playing the role of Hiranyakashipu. The truth is known to me, that it is only depiction, that it is only a drama, that it is only a play. I am on the stage. The man on my thighs is my own brother playing the role of Hiranyakashipu, and I am only shouting to create horror. I know it is my wife standing behind the side screen. I am aware of my health. I should take the medicine. I should take a cup of coffee or hot water. My knowledge of reality is not absent. I am aware of the fact that I am not Narasimha. I am only playing the role of Narasimha. And I am aware of the truth that the man on my thigh who is to be killed is not really to be killed. It is after all my own brother. And what is the image I am building? All the audiences are of the opinion that actually Narasimha has come on the earth. Such a wonderful shouting, heart-rending, frightening, horror-making. But who is the person that knows the truth? I myself. Maybe some of the audiences. We do the best with all attachment to justify the role. I identify myself with the role I am playing. At the same time, I am detached from the role I am playing. I know who I am. Similarly, when we come on this earth, we are allotted various roles. I was a baby, played the role of a baby. I was a boy, played the role of a boy. I was a young, dynamic, romantic college student. I did play it. I was a teacher, lecturer, professor, principal, chancellor, vice chancellor, pro-chancellor, etc., holding many offices. I play them all. All the time I know that I am none of them. All the time I know I am every one of them. While playing the role, I am with it. I am every one of them. Who are you? I am the principal of this institution. Am I the principal? If I go home, I am no more the principal. I am husband to my wife, father to my children, brother to my brothers and sisters. Various roles I am playing with total absorption and identification. But I am always aware I am none of them. I have my own identity separately from them. This is detachment with attachment. Point number 2. Today something had happened. Abhimanyu died. Arjuna wept. How long does he weep? After 10 days? After 1 month? After 1 year? Time heals. Time makes you forget. Advance the time with your willpower. Anyhow, I am going to forget about the incident after 2 years, after 3 years, after 2 months. Why can't I, with my willpower, advance that time and forget now itself and be dutiful? This is an indication of our willpower Raja Yoga. I am not the same person. I am not either Hiranyakashipu or Narasimha. I am different from both of them. I am not the boy. I am not the student. I am not a husband. I am not a father. I am not a son. I am none of them. This is Jnana Yoga. But I serve every role with total identification for the benefit of others. As a father, I do perform my duties for the benefit of my children. As a husband, I perform all my duties for the benefit of the family and wife. As a son, I do perform all the duties for the benefit of my parents. And that is our Karma Yoga. While performing the duties, I do it with utmost sincerity, with utmost dedication, with utmost devotion. That's our Bhakti Yoga. At every bit of our enactment, we play all the roles. We practice all the yogas. That determination is willpower. That knowledge of the truth is Jnana Yoga, willpower is Raja Yoga, and when I perform the duty, it is for the welfare of others, that is Karma Yoga, and with all bhakti I do perform it, and that is Bhakti Yoga. So, by resorting to the practice of yoga, we can develop detachment. And at the same time, we are attached. This is possible to everybody. It is not impossible. The only thing is we are not aware of what we are practicing. I had my father and mother. They died. I wept. Now, I don't weep. I just remember them now and then. Am I not practicing that detachment from them? Unconsciously I am practicing detachment. The only thing is, when we consciously practice, it becomes yoga. Sri Krishna says, therefore, you try to practice prajnanam brahma. Prajna, sthita prajna, you know the truth. We can practice, we can practice detached attachment. Arjun is taught to develop that detached attachment, and therefore Sri Krishna was successful. Arjuna was given the shock treatment. It is only the shock treatment that gives you the real lessons of life. Now, after a prolonged discussion of our identification with the roles we play, we now come to another cause for our depression, sorrow, suffering, and that is identification with the self. I love myself. I may withdraw from the kith and kin. I may develop detachment from all of them. But how about detachment from myself? This attachment is right through. In the Mahabharata Yuddha, Arjuna declared in the beginning, at the end of the Bhagavad Gita, Nasto Moha. Yuddha started. Arjuna became very violent. He was a powerful warrior. He went on killing many enemies. He was successful in killing Karna. Every time he got an achievement, every time he got laurels, every time he got victory, he was expecting appreciation from his charioteer Krishna. Krishna was quiet. He was at the most saying good. Beyond that, not much. Arjuna was not very happy with the appreciation of Krishna. It should be some more. Arjuna, Phalguna, Partha, Kiriti, Bibhatsa, Dhananjaya, Sabjasachi, MA, MPhil, PhD, DSc, DLit, Padmasri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan. Titles we want. Appreciation we want. Why? We are attached to ourselves. In their absence, we become gloomy. We become sorrowful. Every day, I speak in one place or another. After the lecture, I want people to admire me. Ah, wonderful, sir. Appreciate me. Ah, excellent, sir. Do I get a everyday admiration? Wife prepares cup of coffee. She brings it in a tray, puts it in front of me. When I am sipping it, she is still standing and waiting. What for? Appreciation. Oh, coffee is good. Your preparation is excellent. I am in a hurry to go to the office. I drink it quickly, put it back on the tray and proceed. And she is unhappy. Why? She loves herself. I love myself. Arjuna loves himself. Everybody is of self-love and attachment to the self. That attachment to the self prompts a person to seek admiration, to seek appreciation. During the entire Mahabharata war, Arjuna was unable to get the appreciation he expected from Krishna. Youngsters may do it. Dharmaraj did not praise him much. Sri Krishna did not admire him much. No doubt they were very happy. But the admiration was not to the expectation of Arjuna. Therefore, there was a lingering unhappiness. There was a silent dullness. Something more he was expecting. Mahabharata war came to an end. Arjuna's self-love was not fulfilled completely. There was not enough of admiration from his elder brother Dharmaraj or from his charioteer Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna knew it. Throughout the Mahabharata Yuddha, Sri Krishna was the charioteer Parthasarathi. There was a lot of sound all around, and Arjun was standing behind with a bow, with arrows, and he was a Sabyasachi because one end of the bow was under his left toe. Right hand was used to dart the arrows, and direction was to be given to charioteer Parthasarathi. Go straight, turn left, turn right, go back. Instructions are to be given. But the sounds of the battlefield were so heavy that he was unable to give oral instructions. Krishna was seated in front of him, riding the chariot with the reins in the hand. Now, only one leg was a little comparatively free, and that is right foot. To give instruction to Krishna, he used to give a kick in the middle of the back, on the backbone, to indicate that Krishna should take the chariot straight. He would give a blow, a kick on the right shoulder, indicating that Krishna should turn the chariot right. If he gave a kick on the left shoulder, it was to be taken to the left side. That was how, throughout Mahabharata Yuddha, Arjuna was kicking Sri Krishna, and Krishna never complained. Krishna never felt sorry. He was never gloomy. After all, this Arjuna, he is subordinate to me. He has been kicking me. What is this? He never is angry with him. On the other hand, he is smiling. Whereas Arjun is unhappy. Why is Arjun unhappy? Because Krishna has not showered sufficient encomiums. Krishna has not praised much. Arjun is unhappy. Despite the kick after kick, Krishna is peaceful. Tulya, Ninda, Stutihi, Mauni. When we are not recognized, Tulya. When we are criticized, Ninda. When we are praised, Stuti, we are expected to maintain that equanimity, no attachment to any. A yogi, an ideal person, a peaceful person, a blissful person is beyond these three. When people do not recognize my merit, after the lecture, all the people go away, leaving me alone. They don't praise me. They don't recognize my value. They just ignore and get out. Ninda, some people may criticize. Same story he is telling. Same philosophy he is repeating. There is nothing new in what he is telling. This is the criticism. And some other people may touch the feet. Wonderful, sir. It may be from the lips. All the three are unwanted. To develop detachment, we should withdraw from these three. Number one, Tulya, when people do not recognize us. Ninda, when people blame us, scold us, and they criticize us. Finally, stuti, when they garland us, when they admire us, when they offer pranams to us, all the three are to create attachment. To whom? To myself. Therefore, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, to develop detachment, mauni, be silent. What for? To develop detachment. Detachment from what? Detachment from criticism. Detachment from admiration. Detachment from the so-called absence of recognition. Now Arjun on the battlefield is not happy. He is not happy because he does not have enough admiration. In our tradition, however great the son may be, father never praised him. However great the disciple may be, the master never admired him. They withheld the admiration. Reason? The boy should not grow to be egoistic. Reason? The student should not develop attachment to appreciation. He should continue to be a person of detachment. No self-love is to be entertained. Very many people need positive feedback. I greeted him. Birthday greetings I sent him. Useless fellow, he did not thank me. Swami Vivekananda was in America. He became very popular, very great, very famous. Rockefeller heard about his glory, invited him to his palace. Vivekananda went and Rockefeller said, I am told you are doing great work, sir. I want to contribute something to your great noble work, sir. Here is a blank check, sir. I have signed, sir. It does not have the date. You can put whatever date you feel like. And I have not put the figure of the amount. Any amount you can write and withdraw. The blank check duly signed was handed over to Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda took the check, looked at it, and wanted to go back, and he was going back. Rockefeller was stunned. If a person gives a cup of water, immediately we say thank you, thank you, thank you. If somebody gives me food, I say thanks. If somebody showers birthday greetings, I shower thanks. If any favor is done, I thank him or her. But this man, impolite, does not have the sense of courtesy. He does not know the etiquette. He is going without thanking me. Vivekananda went to the threshold, looked back at Rockefeller. Mr. Rockefeller, you think I am thankless. You think I do not know courtesy. You think I do not know the etiquette. You want me to thank you. Am I right? Yes, sir. No. It's you who should thank me, not I you. Your money is used for a noble purpose. God has given you an opportunity to be useful. You are a blessed person, so be grateful to God. I need not thank you. You have to thank God for having been blessed with that. Similarly, if we develop the attitude of gratefulness to God, we never expect thanks from anybody. Expecting thanks from anybody is nothing but self-love. attachment to the body, commitment to the ego, and thickening the ego. This is there in Arjun now. 18 days, he is sufficiently being flattened with victory after victory after victory. He expected his elder brother Dharmaraj to shower greetings, encomiums, appreciation. He expected Krishna to admire him repeatedly, but both were not forthcoming. They were insufficient even if they came. On the 18th day, when the war came to a close, Arjun looked at Krishna. My dear Krishna, there was change in the tone. Turn the chariot back. Yes, I would like to go round the entire Kurukshetra field. What for? To see my victory. How many people I have killed? How many people are without lives? How many people have lost their hands, legs, heads? I would like to see my victory in all the dead people lying on the battlefield. Krishna! The tone is egoistic. The tone is expecting admiration. Sri Krishna thought, oh, the man is becoming headstrong. His head is becoming heavy. He is getting intoxicated with egoism. He is getting intoxicated with victory after victory. Self-love is paramount in this man. Krishna did as directed by Arjun. The whole Kurukshetra field, the chariot went round. At the end, far away, there was a tall single tree. The chariot with Krishna and Arjun went near the tree. On the top of the tree, there was a man seated. And in his hand, there was a machine. Arjuna looked at the person at the top of the tree, called him to come down. The man climbed down, stood before Arjuna and Krishna, and now Arjuna asked that man, Mister, who are you? What are you doing here? What is that machine in your hand? Please tell me who you are, why you are here. Then that man said, Sir, my name is Barbarika. I did tapasya. Gods appeared before me. They asked me to seek a boon. I said, Sir, normally people would like to be great warriors with victory at the end. Whenever I fight on the side of any party, that party should be defeated and the opponents should be successful. That was my desire. I want to be different from others. Normal people seek victory to the party with which I am associated. I am different, sir. If I am fighting with a particular party, the opposition should be successful, not the party with which I am fighting. Now, gods accepted me, promised to fulfill my desire. The great Kurukshetra Yuddha is happening. Pandavas on one side, I love them. Kauravas on the other side, I do not like them. Because I do not like Kauravas, I don't want to fight along with them. If I fight along with them, Pandavas will be defeated. If I fight along with the Pandavas whom I like, Kauravas will be successful. Therefore, it is disadvantageous. Because I do not like Kauravas, I cannot join them. Because I love Pandavas, I cannot join them. In either case, I am unable to take part in the Kurukshetra Yuddha. Then I went to this great Krishna. He said, my dear Barbareka, don't fight at all. Withdraw. In the Mahabharata Yuddha, some people did not fight. One is Balaram. He did not take part in the Yuddha at all. He cannot take the side of Pandavas because Duryodhana was his disciple. He cannot take the side of Kauravas because Krishna, his own brother, is on the side of Pandavas. And Rukmini's brother did not take part in the Yuddha because he was not welcomed by the Pandavas, nor was he welcomed by the Kauravas. So, Rukmi, the brother of Rukmini, did not fight. Balaram, Krishna's brother, did not fight. Barbarika also did not fight. Sri Krishna gave him an assignment. Barbarika told, I am asked to climb to the top of the tree with this camera. This is video camera. It would record the proceedings of the entire Mahabharata Yuddha. Whether it is imagination or real, I do not know. The entire Mahabharata Yuddha was seen by Sanjaya, and it was telecast by him to Dhritarashtra. Bhagavad Gita was narrated by Krishna, and Arjuna listened to it. It was a conversation. This conversation was seen and heard by Sanjaya. He conveyed it to Dhritarashtra. Doordarshan, information technology, maybe they were there or it was imagination, I do not know. Now, Barbarika did not take part in the Yuddha. He was given the duty to record the proceedings of the Mahabharata Yuddha. This was told by Barbarika to Arjuna. Then Arjuna said, Mr. Barbarika, sir, you say you have recorded the entire proceedings of the Mahabharata Yuddha. Yes. Then you must have recorded my valor, my victorious deeds. I did not carry a looking glass, a mirror to the battlefield. Today, some people in their cars keep a mirror in front of them. They will be looking at their own faces, enjoying their own self-love, beauty. Such people are called narcissists in Greek philosophy. Self-love, self-love, self-love. Attached to ourselves, attached to ourselves. Kith and kin attachment you may disconnect. But self-love is so strong we cannot afford to disconnect. Arjuna is a man of self-love. A speaker is of self-love. An orator is of self-love. An actor is of self-love. A singer is of self-love. Almost all the women who prepare food and offer it to the husband are of self-love. The food while being served is to be appreciated by the eater. That is the nature of self-love. Unfortunately, how long can we appreciate? When the appreciation is absent, they get depressed. Many women today suffer from asthma. Many women today suffer from depression. Many women today suffer from gloominess, sorrow. Why? They want appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. Actually, one of the ladies wrote a letter along with the registration form. My husband does not give me the information about his movements, sir. My husband does not appreciate me, sir. Whenever I prepare anything special, he simply takes it or throws it. He does not say a word about it. I am not getting encouraged. This is the common grievance. Everybody wants feedback, positive feedback, admirable feedback, and that is a clear indication of self-love. Now Arjun wanted that feedback. It was not completely present to his satisfaction. Neither Dharmaraj nor Krishna showered so much of appreciation. Now he has an opportunity. He looked at Barbarika. Mr. Barbarika, very glad to learn that you have recorded the proceedings. That means right from day one, when myself and Krishna had the conversation of Bhagavad Gita, till today everything is recorded? Yes, sir. Both audio and video? Yes, sir. Then, my dear Barbarika, can you play it? Yes. You try to replay it, show it. As and when my face comes, make a replay of that, make a still photography. When we are looking at the TV match, a cricket match on the TV screen, the bowler comes, throws the ball goes to the wickets fall. I was a little absent-minded. People were clapping on the screen, off the screen. Somehow I missed the wonderful sight of the ball hitting the wickets. Then, for my advantage, the telecasting officer would replay the cricket match in slow motion. The bowler comes in slow motion, rubs the ball on his thighs, throws, and the ball is moving slowly, 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 and we are asked to watch gradually. The ball comes, touches the wickets, and then the telecasting officer will make it a still photography. Now Arjuna says, my dear Barbarika, replay the entire Mahabharata Yuddha, because you say you have recorded. And as and when my face comes, for example, while killing Karna, for example, while standing against Dronacharya, for example, while darting my shafts against Bhishma, these are all great warriors. It's an excellent achievement. I don't have a mirror. I do not know how my face looked like while killing Drona or while killing Karna. Was it heroic? Was it dynamic? Was it like a great person? I would like to see my facial expressions. Now there is an opportunity for me to see the record which you have made. Then Barbarika said, Sir, true, I have recorded, there is no second opinion. The film is ready. I shall replay it. But sir, you are not present in it, sir. How is it possible? How can there be Mahabharata Yuddha without Partha. How can there be the death of Karna without Arjuna? How can Bhishma fall without the shafts of Arjuna? How can Drona die without this Partha or Kaunteya? Come on, have you recorded it well, or is it a partial record? How can there be a Mahabharata Yuddha without me? Self-love. How can my wife live without me? Self-love. On the temple, in the corners of the Gopura, there will be people holding the Gopura. Is the Gopuram upholding the people, or is the picture upholding the Gopura? Even without them, the Gopura is self-sufficient, independent. We, on account of our petty-mindedness, think that we are very important. If I am not to present Mahabharata today, somebody else would speak. One woman asked her husband, "My dear husband, if I was not born, you could have been miserable. Whom could you have married?" Husband said, "It's my ill luck. It's because of my misfortune you are born. Had you not been there, I would have married a better girl." Petty-mindedness, small-mindedness, ignorance it is to think that I am a VIP. No. Nobody is VIP, nobody can do any great deeds. There is somebody else. Now Barbarika opened the eyes of Arjun, Mr. Arjun. You are not there. The record. Then who is there? Only one person. Who is that one person? The great Lord Sri Krishna. He is the producer. He is the director. He is the actor. He has played all the roles. It is he who has been present in the recording. Nobody else. And then Arjuna was stunned. In our ignorance and petty-minded thinking, we think that we are very, very important. Our great people, great rishis, great thinkers have taught us that modesty. It's by God's grace. He does all. He is the doer. He is the only person to do everything. Let me not be assuming powers on myself. Let me not think that I am the person who is the doer. It's foolishness. Arjuna has developed that haughty nature, egoistic nature, ahankara, and all the accessories simply because of his identification with the self. What is egoism? Identification of the self with the non-self is egoism. And that ego is to be thrown out, shattered. As long as we cling to that ego, to that ahankara, all others come automatically. Sri Krishna, on the 18th day of the Mahabharata Yuddha, brought this particular episode of Barbarika. Barbarika records Mahabharata Yuddha and tells Arjun, you are not present in it. You are absent. The only person present in it is the great Krishna. Krishna is the doer. Then how are we to develop detachment from the self? It's God who does. It's the Almighty who does. It is the divinity that it does. I am but a tool. I am but an instrument. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mayaivaite nihataha purvameva. I have already killed all these people earlier. This Bhishma, Drona, Krupa, Ashwadhama, Karna, Shalya, all of them were done away with by me. Kalosmi lokakshaya krut pravurtho lokan samahartumiha pravurtaha. Nimittamatram bhavasavyasāchi. You are but an instrument. May you be a tool in the hands of the Almighty. That attachment to the self is the greatest impediment. It leads to mamakara. Mamakara is attachment to kith and kin. Ahankara is attachment to the self, which does not exist. Ahankara does not exist. Only Atman exists. Atman and Ahankara are totally different. Atman associated with the ignorance is Ahankara. Ahankara rid of ignorance is Atman effulgent. Let us, by the grace of God Almighty, develop that Atma Sakshatkar. Let us be free from all attachments. Let that Ahankara be removed. It's very, very simple. That's why our people say, in Tamil Nadu, there was a great sage by name Swami Chidbhavananda. He built an excellent organization called Ramakrishna Tapovanam. It has many schools, colleges, ashrams, several crores worth of property. And if anybody comes, falls at his feet and praises him, immediately says, "Can you kindly leave me alone? I don't want any admiration, nor any appreciation. You have gone round my college. You have gone round the organization. If there is any defect anywhere, please tell so that we can rectify. Let not there be any admiration. It only enhances our attachment to the glory. Some people may need it. Very many people find it to be a hindrance. To be of detached attachment, we must outgrow this selfishness, egocentric thoughts, ahankara. In Bhagavad Gita, the Barbarika episode is to highlight our approach to life. Let us withdraw from the self. Let us try to identify ourselves with the Atman. Let us think that this body, mind, intellect equipment is after all a tool. Let us not expect anything in return from everybody. If we scan our day-to-day life, we are gloomy, we are sorrowful, we are depressed because we do not have enough of appreciation. We do not have enough of recognition. Tulya ninda stuti mauni tatha manamanayo. Sthita prajna lakshanas are such that we should maintain that individual identity with the Atman, with the Brahman. All this world is a stage. We are all but actors. Let us play our roles with sufficient detachment. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much. God bless all of us.